Season 2, Episode 1 of Arknights, Perish in Frost, Fuyukomori, Kaerimichi. Y'all have asked for it. Y'all have begged for it. Y'all have threatened and insulted for it. Paul, you know what you did. You know what you said. I don't appreciate what you said about my mother, or me. Full disclosure, no one actually threatened or insulted me. Y'all were a wee bit impatient, but that's understandable. That's reasonable. It's been, at the time of this recording, 4 months since Season 2 began airing. And it's concluded 2 months ago. Because it was 8 episodes, right? I ain't crazy. It ended in December. Or was it November? I digress. It's time. I ain't ready. Well, I suppose I am. Because I did just rewatch Season 1, Holy Night Light, and Quasar MLG's The Lore of Arknights Simplified that I reacted to over a year ago. And I wrote notes. I made sure I was prepared for whatever we'll get into in Season 2. It's been a year between seasons, and yet time has flown by. I've dropped the ball. I didn't start it while it was airing. It is concluded. All 8 episodes are out. But I am excited for the journey. And when it comes to notes, I wrote a lot of them. No joke. 46 and a half pages of notes. And y'all know what I covered? Well, let's go over the index real quick, because I had to make it easy and accessible to me on the fly. Look at the sheer amount of notes and the pages. So we got countries, mobile cities, catastrophes, originium, oropathy, races, before the main story starts. Everything Quasar MLG talked about in that lore video was translated into notes. That was 21 or 25 pages alone. And then we have Season 1, dedicated episode notes. I went through and I combed. I wrote down everything I could think of that might have been important or that sounded cool. Lines of dialogue, mottos, creeds, races, names, VAs, and even just one-off thoughts. Everything made it into this notebook. And then I also went back with Holy Night Light and wrote a couple sections here and there, even though its canon status is a bit uncertain at the moment, since it was made to celebrate the first anniversary of the mobile game, and it does seem to be set after the Lungmen arc, with characters we know from the anime itself, but a couple other cameos here and there. And then we also have Season 2 information that I've written down very quickly. Episode 1's title is Conspiracy Joe Uta. It aired October 7th, y'all. And today, well, it's February 23rd, Friday. I made sure to line it up. Arknights Fridays are back. Wait Nights is over. Peak Nights has returned on Patreon, on YouTube, and I ain't ready, even with all of this preparation. I am so excited to see what we'll get in Season 2, because I've heard crazy things while avoiding spoilers. And while there are concerns about pacing issues, I don't necessarily care as long as the journey, the experience itself is worthwhile. As long as the core message gets translated well into animated format from the mobile game. And, you know, I've made it very apparent, the opening song itself will be sung by Myth and Royd. It's called Ache and Pulse. And I am admittedly very passionate about Myth and Royd. Even if I don't know any of the band member names off the top of my head, I need to rectify that. And then Riona, who sang in Season 1's opening, comes back to sing the ending song, RIP. I can't wait for visuals and vocals, because the snippets we got in that main trailer were hype. Were leagues above Season 1 music. And I adore both the opening and ending from Season 1, Alive and Be Me, Riona and Duel respectively. Y'all, I can't begin to describe how much hype I feel right now. So with that said, I don't have much else I want to go over when it comes to these notes. I do have a lot of unanswered questions from Season 1. It might become relevant in the post-reaction discussion, where we will also go over my anime list, cover character VAs for new introductions and other information, which might remain Patreon exclusive. If so, check it out over there, or I might trim it down into a highlighted fashion for YouTube, but I won't skimp on the discussion to the best of my ability. I've rambled long enough. I will reference this, but I will not take notes as the episode plays. I've tested that before. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel comfortable. I will take notes after I finish each reaction. And sometimes, if it's important enough, I will reference races and countries and other terms like corporations, Rhodes Island, Penguin Logistics, Black Steel, Reunion, Lungmen, and so on, if I need to associate a character with a place or a business. Y'all get that gist. But it will not be the primary attention for this reaction. So with that said, if you want the full version, it'll be over on my Patreon, which is linked down below amidst my social media platforms. Follow me on them, help me grow my communities, especially Discord. Every bit helps, guys. I do post first impressions over there to interact with my community, so consider joining if that's up your alley. Make sure you have a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I upload next. And in 3, 2, 1. Abandoned Nomadic City. So this is where the trailers and the teasers have been set, where we will clash with the reunion. I see Jessica and Meteorite. I don't know you. Avoid direct competition. Well, already off the table. We were supposed to inform her first, y'all. Wait, is she wielding a hammer? Or is that a battle axe? We actually haven't had much for Jessica's VA prior to this, because she did appear in Season 1 and Holy Nightlight, but only talked in Holy Nightlight. And Meteorite had a couple lines during Episode 3, but who are you? I like that she's wearing headphones. So it's a halberd, and I love the destroyed cityscape. It's very nice. I wonder how much time has passed since the death of Misha. But once you collect one mask, Amiya, you start collecting more, as Chen said. It'll be a reminder of your sin, of your pain. But as she said, she won't stop at anything to protect the doctor. She'll kill if she needs to. She wants to save as many lives as possible, not take them. But she is still vulnerable, as she has proven. She hesitates. She's human. Yeah. Eventually fracture and shatter. Are we gonna see that happen in the future? When they have to rise up and face this cruel world, as Ace said. Ooh, a request about her rings. Yeah, they're suppressant rings. They're like special artifacts. Very important to her health. Yeah, because they... Don't they help, according to Quasar or Quasar MLG, suppress her auropathy even stronger than traditional drug suppressants, but they also work to enhance her arts on top of what auropathy can do. How powerful are her arts if she's not limiting herself with these? Are we going to have a point where her powers, her arts, overflow and they start shattering one by one and she loses complete control, causes chaos, causes devastation? Or will she willingly remove them? What if there's a situation where she has to remove them, or she resolves herself to remove them because she needs the extra firepower? Very interesting. I'm still very curious more about the history between you two. I know what we got from the lore video, but there's even more going on. Still love the cinematic black bars and the video game cutscene feel. Oh, are we going to encounter the kids, maybe? I hope not. Because I don't want Ami to have to explain that she ended up killing Misha, or that Misha won't be coming back. Until there's a cure for oropathy, and a way to resolve the discrimination, there's no true way to save them. You can delay the inevitable, and you can provide them comfort, but there's no true salvation right now. Ooh, is this Misha talking to her? Her inner demon? Or is this herself talking to herself? Ooh, I feel bad for Ami, and I love the raindrops symbolizing tears. Oh, and I was right about the kids. Oh, don't remind me about the doll promise. Even Chen feels guilty, because Misha's blood is on her hands, technically. Sometimes, violence, a clash of ideals, of beliefs, of emotions is the only way to get through someone, especially when they're consumed by grief or consumed by some traumatic event in their life. So we're gonna lose them for a couple of episodes, very likely, but are they gonna come back for the final climactic fights against the reunion in this abandoned city? Or is this their exit from the chapter, from this arc? She's so cute! Oh, I forgot how much I love her. She's adorable. Frost Leaf. I believe I've seen her name. The temperature's gone down, and who do we know that controls ice? Frost Nova is here. I hope this isn't a trap. I hope that they're not going to get frozen solid. Legend of the Yetis, which is ironic, because I'm wearing Washington State Bigfoot. Brother from another mother? Different interpretation? Very, very ironic. Very well timed. I love it. I don't trust this. Mephisto must know they're here. Or at least the reunion. Oh, the barbs, the jabs. I love the discourse. Patriot? Wait, Mephisto is afraid of someone? Someone other than Tallulah. And they know they're there. I figured, but yeah, very bad. Man, this OST, this music, definitely knows how to make me anxious. Rhodes Island, elites, enemies, civilians, SP, Chen, allies, unknown. So this is the PRTS or the PTRS? Or is this kind of a callback to the video game itself? But it does kind of feel like a field simulator. And I like the musical notes, the implied song that's about to play, the tune everyone will be dancing to. Oh! It split from the core city during Chernobog. What is Ursus Empire up to? They've written this place off. Are they corrupt? Was this a calculated move to work with the reunion? It feels very ghost town, very barren, very unnerving, especially with this OST kicking in. Feels like eyes are in every window. And the flowers are frozen. Very good sign, y'all. Oh, and this, like, piano, occasional drum beat-esque nature of this OST, it feels like a heartbeat. It's a very nice touch. It adds to the horror, the unnerve of the situation, where we're in an abandoned city, devastated, filled with reunions, commanders no less, Yo, the situation is going from bad to worse. And I love the feel. Wait, so that confirms it! Yo, Chief Wei's response to Tallulah's name brought up back in Season 1 while they were negotiating was very odd. It implied he knew about her just beyond the reports. Chen knows Tallulah. That behavior was very off. She lost her nerve. She lost her stoic nature and charged ahead, disregarding order, disregarding everything she's been all about to pursue her single-mindedly right now. So what is their connection? How deep does it run? How important is Tallulah to her? And it makes sense that Wei would know about Tallulah if Tallulah is important to Chen. And Tallulah also talked about, back in Season 1, that she's returned here to Lungmen to take back everything that belongs to them, to enact justice, to enact vengeance. And she was reaffirming herself. So what is her history with the Lungmen? It's also very off-putting that Tallulah is just walking around without batting an eye at them. It feels like she's leading them into a trap, but Tallulah has been notably very distracted, not interested. It feels like she's not here. So is there a source of trauma related to Tallulah that is in Lungmen itself? And it requires her to reaffirm her desires, her goals, her motivations, and press forward. Because trauma, even if you are evil, is very hard to face as a person, especially when you're trying to overcome it. But she is a leader. She is the tyrant of the reunion. She might not have a choice because Yan places high value on Lungmen. It is an economic powerhouse. So even if there is trauma related with Lungmen, it's too good of an opportunity to pass up. Y'all, I was not expecting Tallulah off the bat in this city. So much for splitting the party to avoid them from getting infected due to the rich density of originium in the area. Will Chen get infected in this season? Will it change her views further of the infected? Will it change how Lungmen handle the infected? Will Rhodes Island petition and affect the laws and policies of how Lungmen deal with the infected and the refugees, no less, and even the slum dwellers? So much is happening. I might be reading way too deep into it, but that behavior, that action from Chen was very telling. Explain! Not you, commenters. Chen herself. Don't spoil. Was that an illusion? Frostleaf made it out. Are they all in the building? Oh my god! She kicked their ass. How do you know? Not that I'm doubting you're an enemy or anything like that, but I'm more curious. Can you sense them? You do see a bit sensitive to arts and originium. So they've been captured. Is it so cold it's frying electronics? It's freezing them solid? Frost Nova, I bet. I like Frostleaf. Design-wise, VA-wise, weapon-wise. Oh, this violin. It does not bode well, yo. Classical music in anime, when used right, can be effectively terrifying. Mephisto? Our girl is shook. Even beyond just being timid. What did she see? It was Mephisto. What are they setting fire to? How much of it is it a trap? Are they encircling them in fire? Also, that fire animation's very crisp. The frames on that were crazy. Yep. Very much a trap. Were there people inside? Wait, is that the reunion symbol they're burning into that building? Or was that symbol people lined up? Actual bodies? God, this shot itself, I love it. Anxiety is through the roof, y'all. Heart's gonna give out on me. Is one of Amiya's rings gonna react or break? But we have snowflakes right now. And the music box plays. Frost Nova's here. What is this OST? And why is that so beautiful? That ice is crisp. What? What? What an entrance! On par with Tallulah's entrance in Season 1. The star of the show, Frost Nova. And this is the theme. Princess of the Yetis, Nightmare of the Northwest Tundra. Oh, and Mephisto's VA whispering that? Peak. Wait a minute. It's over? I forgot. Arknights doesn't do previews. It doesn't do next episode titles. It doesn't do anything that'll give away what'll happen next with the following episode. And I adore it. But come on. Come on. Come on. It's not fair. It's not fair. I want more. I got the Arknights itch. I got the itch so bad. Why did it have to end? Why are there only 7 more episodes? Why did I take forever to watch Season 2's premiere? To begin the journey again. While I was lazy and busy with making money, with spending my free time wisely for the past several months, it's no excuse. What an incredible premiere. What an incredible episode. Worthwhile. Worth fucking while. Holy shit. I am reminded about why I love this show. Peak Nights has returned. Wait Nights is over. The memes will die. For now, until I finish Season 2. And then it's Wait Nights again until we get an inevitable Season 3. Yostar is cooking. Hypergriff is cooking. Arknights is cooking. And whatever they serve, whatever dish, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. I'll be eating good for the next 7 episodes. For the next 7 weeks. So with that said, we're going to go over to My Anime List. Check out VAs for new characters. Very likely not Myth and Royd and Riona, because I know them both fairly well, and I don't need to refresh my memory on them. but we'll also see if there's any other extra information, while I also avoid spoilers for myself. So I'll see you soon. Y'all, why did it have to end? Why did episode 1 fly by? Why did I enjoy myself so much? Why am I a passionate Arknights fan? Why am I willing to write 46 and a half pages of notes covering lore from Quasar MLG, Holy Nightlight, and even all of Season 1 with individual sections per episode? All because I wanted to refresh my memory and give this series the respect, the time, the dedication it deserves. My wrist hurts like a bitch. I spent over 12 hours on notes between 2 days. I ruined my sleep schedule. I pushed myself to the limit, taking notes, converting 47 minutes of a lore video, 8 episodes, and a 9.5 minute ONA, all into 46 and a half pages of notes. I might not have absorbed everything, but it's built a solid enough foundation that I am, admittedly, less confused. It feels like I got names down. It feels like I got appearances down. It feels like I can understand races, countries, catastrophes, oropathy, originium, art. All of those details much more crystal clear because I took the effort. And while I did admittedly finish this just barely before recording Season 2's premiere reaction, very college reminiscent, cram right up until the test, I am genuinely glad I did it, even if my wrist hurts, even if my finger is sore from how much rubbing it had to do on a pen. I could have pussied out and typed it all up, printed it off, but I decided this was much more rewarding, much more cool in appearance, no less. I'll stress it once more. Look how many pages. 46 and a half of notes. I got an index for sections so I can flip through way easier. What am I doing with my life? What is it about Arknights that it makes it worth the effort, the respect, the time dedication to pull stuff like this? I am not a casual fan. I am anime only. I've yet to officially play the mobile game. I might have played like a chapter way back when, but I don't remember anything from it. I'm not sure that account even exists anymore. If it did in the first place, I'm not crazy, you're crazy. I digress. But I love the show enough that I'm willing to delve into side content, lore videos, music videos, one-off videos, even if it is not super consistently. And this is a physical sign that I love the series very deeply, that I'm willing to put genuine effort into my reactions, into my content to make it worthwhile for you, the viewers, even if I do take forever to release on Patreon, to release on YouTube, to record these in general. It's been 4 months, very likely 4.5, because I promised and failed to deliver on that. And I apologize. I regret it very much so after the fact, after the post-reaction clarity, yes, the post-nut clarity, hit with this premiere. I got that Arknights itch. Wait Nights is over. Peak Nights is back. I am left with an impression where I am genuinely glad to be back. I got a burning desire to watch episode 2 immediately with how this ended, because that's not fair. But I am almost 100% certain we're gonna have cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger. That's 5 cliffhangers, right? On top of this cliffhanger, so that's 6. And then a 7th cliffhanger with a possible happy or peaceful or middle of the road conclusion where it's neither too good or too bad. Or we could even have a tragic conclusion to everything that's going to go down in chapters 4 through 6, episodes 1 through 8 of season 2 for Arknights, Perish and Frost. So, real quick, Frostleaf. The way, I believe it was Mephisto, was talking, he said fox. So is she a Volpo? It would kind of explain the triangle ears that were, I believe, under her hood, but I'm not sure. It's my only experience with the character thus far. So is she a Volpo, or is she a feline? I don't think she's a Lupo, like Texas or Crown Slayer. And I don't think she's an Aslan. And then Meteorite is a Sarkaz. Right? Yep. Sarkaz, and Jessica is feline. She works for Black Steel, which often partners with Rhode Island's pharmaceuticals. And Meteorite is just generally an operator. Frostleaf. So is she a standard operator, or is she someone that is in a partnership with them? With the exit of Exia, Franca, Lisgarb, and Texas, a lot of our allies have been trimmed or pushed aside. How will this fight go? How will this clash go? How many more characters will we introduce? We got Patriot coming. Visuals of the ending and opening songs indicate several more characters. The main trailer indicated new characters. So what will happen? Who will get introduced? How powerful will they be? How much of a threat will they be? Will they be allies? Will they be enemies? I got so many fucking questions, y'all. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, Mephisto is a Liberi, a bird person. I've been told that multiple times, but it's a bit easier to visualize with these physical notes. Tallulah is supposedly there, a Draco West Dragon. We've seen Frost Nova, which we don't know. I've refrained from spoiling myself, because that might actually be important. But I have a feeling she might be a Cautis, a bunny, based on those ears. But appearances can be deceiving. Mutations can happen. Not exactly in line with Oropathy and Originium, but miracles happen, and animal traits aren't exactly consistent. Some people will have barely any animal traits, and other people will seem way more furry-esque, like Chief Wei. Because Chief Wei and Chen are both Lung East dragons, and their appearances vary greatly, if y'all understand what I mean by that. So I wonder, is Frost Nova a Cautis, a bunny? Or is she actually a Yeti, a Bigfoot? The irony is still very entertaining to me. Pure coincidence, but I love it. I say that as if that wasn't a complete personal choice to wear this after considering what I had heard in teaser trailer 2 about Yetis. And I had the conscious thought of going, it's Bigfoot time. Bigfoot! But let's just say that's pure coincidence, y'all. I ain't in control of my actions whatsoever. So, unanswered questions. Doctor's history with W, Crownslayer, and Kal'tsit. Amiya's black arts and their importance, as well as her rings, the limiters, the extra strength suppressants developed for Amiya. What was Doctor like pre-amnesia, which we got some answers about in Quasar's video, but I wonder if they'll bring that up in chapters 4 to 6. Will he regain any memories? Or will that be a later plot point? What is the second condition of the Lungmen contract? It is currently unknown. It'll only be revealed when we've completed the first mission, eradicating the reunion threat from Lungmen, which is a very, very, very tall order. What will the Ursus Empire do next? Was Chernobog an inside job? Is Ursus corrupt? The way the abandoned city, this nomadic city, broke off from the core city, Chernobog, and ended up very close to Lungmen, even if it was hit by a catastrophe aftershock, it's very suspect. Is the reunion pulling the strings of Ursus? Do they have inside people? Because this couldn't have been a pure coincidence. I'm wondering if we'll ever get any information about why Sarkaz are so hated outside of what happened with Kazdale in the past. Will Lungmen treat infected after the reunion are beaten way better? Will Lungmen survive the reunion and its threat? Or will it turn into another Chernobog? Will the situation grow dire worldwide? What is Tallulah's history? What is W's scheming? Tallulah's history fascinates me to no end, but she's also, for me, best girl, because I do love dragon girls. Not to mention, she has firepower! The tyrant is undeniably terrifying, but beautiful. And I want more of her, especially with her history with Chen. The reactions, the implications. Chief Wei knows her. Chen knows her. It wasn't normal behavior. How deep does their connection go? Were they sisters? But it wouldn't make sense, because Tallulah is a Draco and Chen is Lung, unless genetics are a bit of a crapshoot, but their parents could have been a Lung and Draco, and one child got one set of genetics and the other one got the other. I don't know how genetics work exactly in the world of Terra. Who else will Amiya kill? Our girl is growing stronger. She won't look away from the tragedies, from the horrific events transpiring at the hands of the reunion before her. The symbol burned into the building, the smell of corpses, either people who were alive or people who died from the catastrophe or the reunion's actions, burned by the flames set by Mephisto, by the trap, and then frozen solid in a very cool scene by Frostnova. Will we have any named characters die this season? Will Frostnova die? Will any of the new characters coming that will be introduced, and very important to the plot, die? Will they serve as foundations to test Amiya's resolve, to test her mental state, to make her character grow further? Or will we lose allies on our side and break her heart? Who is Neural's friend that lost her memories? Very one-off question. It was a comment she made back in like episode 2 of season 1 when she was talking to the doctor. But I wonder if I'll get that if I cover the Neural Light or the Near Light event CVs that Ken, a moderator and personal content filterer for Arknights in my community in my Discord, wants me to watch. It's my next set of videos whenever I get around to them for Arknights outside of main story, outside of the anime. Why does Mephisto treat Faust so differently? It's very apparent based on his behavior, his words, his actions overall, how he treats Faust kindly, gently, with care and consideration versus how he treats the lives of everyone else that is beneath him. He treats Faust like an individual, like an equal. He treats him much better than fellow reunion commanders. He was throwing barbs with W. So what is their history? What is their story? Will Doctor ever regain their memories, one at a time or all at once, whichever? I am curious if his memories will become more important as the series goes on, or if it's all about filling that empty shell, all about completing himself as a person, focusing on the present and the future instead of focusing on the past and mourning the loss of the memories, because they were lost due to an accident with a cold sleep. He was in cold sleep for, 3 years? And then, will there be a power struggle in the reunion, or are they actually loyal to Tallulah or her strength? Do they think they can only achieve their goals by following her and utilizing her power? With how eccentric, enigmatic, and crazy these characters are, I wouldn't be surprised if they were scheming for power grabs to assume control. I wonder if there will be a split within the reunion at one point in time in the future where we have new factions, new names, new goals, new methods. Maybe some that are even more hostile to Rhodes Island, but others who are a bit more open-minded and willing to work with their enemy to achieve their goal or take down a common enemy, potentially the other faction that would arise. And that does it for unanswered questions, which, reminder, I am anime only. I've not played the game in any capacity that truly matters. I might have played a chapter, a node, I don't know. It was well before Season 1. It was well before I began reactions. I don't remember anything outside of what I have encountered with Season 1 of the anime and the various videos I have covered since. So do not spoil anything Season 2 will cover. Do not answer my questions, especially if they're plot important. Tease me, hide them behind spoiler tags, warnings, be very vague with it. I do not mind. But no spoilers. No direct spoilers. I don't want the answers revealed so easily. I want to figure it out. I want to learn about it with the experience. Do not ruin the experience. Do not be toxic. Please be kind and understanding. I appreciate the patience. I appreciate the hype. But I am anime only. So word your comments very carefully. My mind's eye might pick up little details and might make new theories that I shouldn't have knowledge of, that realistically shouldn't happen until that information comes up in the series. Even little details about the expensive nature of guns, or what abilities the Sancta angels have, their sixth sense, can be deadly. If you want to give me trivia or facts or anything that might never be covered, go ahead. I may not read your comment out of caution, or I might have people check it over first. But I do love hearing your guys' thoughts on my reaction, my commentary, my theories, my opinions. As someone who is brand new to Arknights, someone who has no prior knowledge of the story going forward, it's all brand new. And it's genuinely wonderful. Now, with that said, what did I think about Season 2's premiere? Does it live up to the hype? Did it surpass Season 1's premiere? Am I excited for next time? I'd say the answer to all of those is very, 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 very obvious. It's a dumb question. Or rather, questions. If y'all paid any level of attention to this reaction, y'all know I loved every second of it. Y'all know I enjoyed myself. Y'all know I was hyped beyond belief, and my expectations were met and surpassed. I am not disappointed one bit. I do not have a complaint. Other than it ended way too soon, how dare 23, 24 minutes fly by? How dare I enjoy myself? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Goofball AlduicS is here. Season 2's premiere beats Season 1's premiere. But it's also because we've built upon the foundation. Shit's hitting the fan. Everything is popping off. Our allies are dwindling. The enemies are growing. We're in an abandoned city. New mysteries are upon us. Out of character moments that lead to more intrigue are happening. And I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know who will die, what tragedy will unfold, what heartbreak awaits me, what fights await me. And it's got me genuinely shaking with excitement. I'm breathless. I'm speechless. It was a 10 out of 10 premiere. Overall, when compared to everything I have seen from Season 1 and with this premiere, actually, very hard to answer that. It's recency bias. I would say it is the best I have seen of Arknights yet from Yostar Pictures with the main story. But episode 3 from Season 1 stands out so much, with Tallulah's entrance, Ace's last stand, but also episode 7 with the full-scale battle, with the revelation of Amiya's powers going berserk, the death of Skullshatterer, the murder of Skullshatterer, Misha's trauma, her despair, the way it all unfolded. Both of those are standouts. Would I call this episode, though, a masterpiece? No. I might have to lower the rating from a 10 to a 9 or a 9.5 in terms of personal enjoyment. I don't typically assign ratings to episodes. I don't like scores like that. I tend to rate it more on personal enjoyment. Was it good, great, bad, average, trash, incredible, and so on? It's much more comfortable for myself, and I feel it covers a bit more. I don't tend to think in terms of numerical values when it comes to watching anime or TV shows in general, or movies. It's not my speed. I feel like while shit is hitting the fan, we're still in the calm before the storm. It was a phenomenal episode with exposition, with horror, with a shit ton of anxiety and unnerve. The atmosphere built up was immaculate. The animation seems even better than Season 1. That ice animation alone, and the frames and the detail on the fire, holy shit, Yostar was cooking. But I feel like we've only just begun. We've only stepped foot on the mountain. We're going to climb up. I don't know if we're going to have any dips or any pitfalls, but it's not like we can climb higher than a 10 out of 10, a masterpiece. And I'm a bit reluctant to assign masterpiece to this episode. It's not like it was the best episode I've ever seen in my life. It was a very, very solid premiere. One I will rewatch. One I adore, very much so. But that's about it. It does pick up right away from where we left off, with maybe a day or two, or even a week of time difference between Season 1's events and Season 2's events, which I appreciate, and we don't have much of a recap whatsoever. It's nice that we're not recapping and wasting time in that regard. We're expanding upon everything that's already happened, and dealing with Amiya's mental state, dealing with Chen's mental state, revealing new characters, revealing new information, new plot points, building up immaculate environmental atmosphere. But I feel like, even with my hype, I want more. We haven't hit the climax. We haven't hit the crest. It was very entertaining, very enjoyable, well worth the wait, well worth the excitement. But it's very hard to classify it as a masterpiece. It leaves you with the feeling of wanting more. It gives you that craving, it gives you that itch. It doesn't leave you shell-shocked and truly speechless, where all you can do is huddle up in the fetal position and cry, or contemplate life, or your life choices, or you're actually breaking down into sobbing mode, or you're dying of laughter. It does its job with kickstarting the story, maintaining attention and interest, and building upon it. And what else can I say other than I cannot wait to see what the climaxes will be, what the high notes, the high points, the most talked about moments of Season 2 will be. Y'all, I ain't ready. Even though I want to hop into Episode 2 right away, I need to refrain. Even with all of my preparations, even with watching this, the itch, the urge, it's nigh unbearable. I might be exaggerating. I might be overreacting. But y'all, it's Peak Nights. Peak Nights has returned. I am so happy I've started Season 2. It was well worth the wait. I don't believe I have much else I can talk about when it comes to Arknights or Season 2's premiere. I might be forgetting a plot point or two, a comment or two, but do forgive me. The giddiness is frying my brain. I am very literally almost bouncing off the wall in terms of just personal satisfaction and personal joy, and entertainment no less, from the experience that is Arknights. With that said, what did y'all think of my reaction, my commentary? If you want the full version, it'll be over on my Patreon, link down below. It's my social media platforms. Follow me on them, help me grow my communities, especially Discord. Join me over there. I do post first impressions a bit more frequently and in depth before reactions make it to Patreon. I do enjoy engaging with my community, and I would love to engage with y'all here on YouTube, on Patreon, on Discord. AlduicS is back. AlduicS has returned to Arknights. Aw, shit. Here we go again, y'all. And well, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I upload next, because YouTube doesn't do its damn job most of the days. This has been AlduicS. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be posting these 1 week ahead on Patreon before they make it to YouTube. So if episode 1's there, episode 2 will be on Patreon, episode 3 on YouTube, episode 4 on Patreon. The main trailer should precede this, the premiere, before it releases on YouTube. But y'all don't care about technicalities and specifics all that much, huh? Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in another video. Very likely, Arknights Season 2, Episode 2. Let's go!